Yep, and welcome to it. Welcome to it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for checking this out, for tuning in. The name is Absolute Mentech, and this is the very first edition of Real Time Entertainment. This is the show in which I bring you all things entertainment, all things social interest, and of course, give you a lowdown of anything that you might have missed, what's been trending, what's been making the list in the Twitter, occupying the streets in the Twitter space, and all that. I bring it to you live. So today is the 28th of November 2022. Hey man, can you believe it? It's just a couple of more weeks before we wrap up the year. 3 more days to go exactly before we climb on top of December. I know that a lot of people are quite looking forward to that experience, and some rather not. But in any case, we hope we make it worthwhile while we tell these stories in a way that you like them to be told. And man, a lot has been happening this weekend. I don't know where to begin, but maybe let's pick up on that Sizwe Dhlomo issue. In case you have missed it, or maybe you might have caught it, but still lack some clarity as to what's going on there, what's going down. Hey man, the other day, I follow his radio. I listen to the Sizwe Drive in the afternoon, and of course, he also comes up on my Twitter feeds. I don't know if I'm a follower or if that makes me a follower, or if it's just random tweets that pops up on my feed. Whatever the case, I saw him a number of days, that's last week already, hanging with Trevor Noah, man. Can you believe it? Guy's a high roller, watching soccer. In fact, he was sleeping. He wasn't doing much of watching. I noticed that they were together with your Kaya Langa, Anelem daughter, and Alake, who is Anela's son. So they were watching a late game, as you know, that it's the World Cup season. And because he was saying that, I sleep very early, and the guys insist that we watch it. But I thought that was a flex of another level, right? But in any case, that's not what's making news. That's just me giving background of, what I've been picking up around this personality that is Sizwe Dhlomo. So what's actually making news is that the station manager, Sibongile, I forgot his surname. I don't have any reading material in front of me. But the station manager of Kaya 959, as you would know, it rebranded, right? So it's not Kaya FM anymore, it's Kaya 959. Apparently Sizwe got into some tiff. I don't know if we should call it a light altercation or hectic one, because I always figured Sizwe to be friends with Mpoma Boy. So in any case, Mpoma Boy, you know her, you might even know her as Mpo, what's the other surname, Litswelenyani. For a while she was a Litswelenyani. She was married to Yeye, the Beyonce of Naturana Boys, and I think they divorced now, so she went back to her maiden surname, which is my boy. So in any case, the story is that Mpoma Boy gets to join the team. Which team is this? The Sizwe Drive, right? That's a 3 to 6 slot on Kaya 959 weekdays, and so she's a sports anchor in the grand scheme of things, right? And now it so happens that there was a reshuffle, because before that there was Sandile van Heerden running miles on that slot, on that particular sports slot. And now Sandile is gone. We don't know where to. I think maybe into obscurity or doing other things. And Mpoma Boy joins the team, but hardly a couple of weeks, started missing her on the drive, but checked her out on that Dinero and Sol morning breakfast show on Kaya 959. That's another show which I've also been battling to connect with. Well, not to air my views per se, but hey, I used to enjoy a lot of Thomas's Kumba in the morning. They've since been moved to 10 to 12, like there in the late night graveyard type of slot. I don't know why, but not hating and not taking anything away from Saul Penduka and Dinaranak. I mean, I'm a big fan of Saul on the podcast and chill with Meg G and all that. Yeah, but I don't know, I think maybe they just need some chemistry there, make this the show, the radio sound very pleasant, well, and kind to the ears. Yeah, but that's not the story. The story is about Sizwe. See, now in my storytelling, I'm telling all sorts of things, diverting from point to point and digressing in my storytelling. But I think that's just to give you like a perfect, clear perspective of what's going on. So in any case, going back to the story, right, in a train of thought, so Sizwe Dhlomo got the station manager Sbongile, I forgot his surname, pardon me for that, station manager of KFM. Sizwe sent her marching, right? She got the boot from her employment, and this is apparently after an altercation that Sizwe had with Mpoma Boy on their working hours, because Mpoma Boy, I think she is contracted to work from 3 to 6, but because she's on Sizwe Dhlomo's show, Sizwe wants them to meet from 1 in the afternoon, like 2 hours before the kickoff of the show, and prep the show. But I don't think Mpoma Boy takes kind to that, because apparently she has not been attending any of those, which then prompted Sizwe to take it up with her, to call her out, and the same behavior still persisted. And so Mpoma Boy got the station manager to come in a defense, and Sizwe was told to say, hey, look, don't get too ahead of yourself. Don't become too big for your own shoes. You will work with whatever or whomever we choose, for you. And so Sizwe decided to then counter attack that, or maybe neutralize, I don't know, whatever his intentions were, but he escalated the matter to HR management and the board of Kaya, who consists of the board, by the way, is it that still fall under that MSG Africa, Kaya, with the Given Mokari, the Power FM guy. I don't know, I know a lot of them were busy there. The late Bob Mabena was some director, held some chief executive position in that media space. But that's not the story. The story is about Sizwe Dhlomo, who is now reportedly sent that email. Well, he confessed himself. I checked his Twitter yesterday. He's been given clarity of what's been happening, posted the whole thing as to the whole unfolding of events, right? So basically here's the story. So Mpo got the station manager to her defense. Sizwe escalated the matter. An investigation then ensued, which got the station manager fired from her role. And now Sizwe was being trolled and being called out. Some people sympathizing with him. But he came across very strong and very confident, saying that, hey, I remember there's this one tweet where this woman is saying, so now we know what the bully that Sizwe is, and that in capital letters, someone insufferable, desperate and evil, to which we saw Sizwe saying, hey, ma'am, please hear me and hear me well. I couldn't care less about your opinion. In fact, don't confuse my giving clarity of what happened to me seeking support. And I think that it was a very strong stance, but to which was somewhat warranted given all the tweets that I've read there. And of course, some people were speaking of the good season, all that. But that's the story, that's what's been happening. But the irony of it is that it is the same Sizwe that got into some similar sort of a tiff with Unati, which also saw her marching, leaving that slot. You remember the midday, what do you call it? Midday joy? No, Unati used to call it the midday joy, right? And Andy Maqondwane, calling it the what do they call it? Feel good with Andy Maqondwane. And yeah, so that's slot used to be. I don't know where this Andy comes from, but she sounds very gracious to the microphone. Somehow heals us, with just her being. And and so I appreciate that slot, but that's not to divert, right? So, but that's the story. So Sizwe, that's the story. That's what happened. It happened before with Unati, and I don't know. I just want to check out your comments on that one. But in other stories, in what else has been making headlines is the story of the ANC, because remember, in just a short while, December 16, I think that's when the conference kicks off, where thousands of delegates will unite and see to it that they appoint the new leadership of the ANC, a possibility which could even see President Cyril Ramaphosa out of the driving seat. But similarly, he's been endorsed by the branches to go for the second term. I also noted, checked him out with King Charles in the castle, having a Charles class. And we know that it would have been the Queen, which makes a very interesting depiction by itself, because every president that we've ever had has somehow crossed paths with the Queen. I don't know what for, but similarly they go there all the time. I don't know, maybe to report back. I don't know, give a what do they call it? Overview, report. I don't know, but they similarly go that direction, all of them. We know that the Queen has been highly contested. There was a bone of contention with the diamond that is apparently the biggest to ever come out of the soil of this country, South Africa. So people have been saying, hey, she must return the diamond.